Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kenedy. For the past 16 years, Phil Andrews has been a dedicated member of the Montgomery County Council. But in just a few short weeks, his tenure will end and he will step away from his duty of representing the residents of District 3. But make no mistake about it, Phil Andrews is no lame duck.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Up for Discussion. I'm Susan Kenedy. Our guest today is Phil Andrews, the newly elected council member to District 3 in Rockville. In 1998, I was one of the first reporters to interview Phil Andrews, a young politician who won Council District 3 in an upset. 16 years later, I had the chance to sit down with Councilmember Andrews and reflect on his career. Tell me how you're feeling. You're winding down your last several weeks here at the council. You've been here for 16 years and you're saying goodbye. What's it feel like?
Well, I'm doing my best to run through the finish line. Finish strong, and I'm really pleased that the council passed unanimously the public financing bill that is the only measure I've worked on all 4 terms here at the council, starting in 2001.
This measure is one that can revolutionize and transform elections in Montgomery County.
And I'm spending time with people here, talking to the staff and my staff and other colleagues. I'm Phil Andrews, and I serve the 3rd district of the county, and I'm working to make sure I complete all the duties of a council member. So no county law applies to the school system.
While in office, Phil Andrews never missed a council meeting. And as evidenced in his relentless support of campaign finance reform, he fought for the issues he believed could make a real difference in the lives of residents in Montgomery County. Case in point, legislation for smoke-free restaurants.
And it really is incumbent upon us to protect workers when there's a clear hazard like that. And so by an 8-to-1 vote today, resounding vote, the council took this action.
Well, that had been an issue that others had worked on as well. It wasn't until 2003, though, that we had the votes to get it passed, and I pushed that bill very hard. And we were the first jurisdiction to pass a smoke-free restaurant law, and then many other jurisdictions followed suit.
Banning the smoking in the restaurants, what has that meant to you?
Well, it means that everyone can enjoy eating dinner, not having this smell that overcomes you, and also not having it on your clothes or in your hair.
2 other issues that Andrews says he is especially proud of are the reform of what he calls the county's broken disability retirement system and the hiring preference for people with disabilities.
The program targets individuals whose main goal is competitive employment and who will benefit from an extensive period of training. Congratulations to all of you.
He's also known for his support of the red light and speed camera programs. As a member of the council's Public Safety Committee, Andrews says those initiatives are both working to make Montgomery's roads safer.
Well, the red light cameras and the speed cameras do work, and they do get people to slow down. We've seen a reduction in collisions where we have them. It's really important that they're well used, and that the police department, I believe, has done a good job in placing the cameras where there's a documented record of speeding or where there are many pedestrians, or both. And we all need that reminder now and then, so that it's enough of a fine to prod people to change their behavior without being punitive.
Known for being a non-conformer, Andrews frequently stood alone on several issues that were mostly fiscal in nature.
This is the 2nd year in a row of 6 3/4 to 9 3/4 pay raises are excessive and out of line with what other folks are getting.
Though he has served 4 terms on the council, he was elected president just once. He doesn't take any of it personally.
And did what I thought was right, even when it was very difficult to do so.
Phil Andrews.
And says as an elected official, county council member, you don't want to make promises that you can't keep.
I did cast a number of votes where I was the only one against a number of labor contracts that I felt were unaffordable.
Is there anything in particular that you wish would never have happened?
I wish the council had not overridden the voters when they made their decision about ambulance fees. I think that was a low point. Basic public safety services should be tax supported and not fee-based. And when the voters made their decision in a referendum, that should have been respected and not overridden. So that's the thing I would have most liked to have seen changed.
Phil Andrews took his reputation as a fiscal steward to the campaign trail this past year, taking a shot at the job of county executive.
Politics in Montgomery County shouldn't be about developers or political action committees. It should be about what matters to you. What counts are the things that you care about.
Andrews came in third in the primary, but says he stands by his decision to run and doesn't rule out a second go-around.
Well, I felt that I had the experience to do a very good job as county executive, having been here for a long time. I think it's helpful for someone who has served on the council to be in that position because the council is a strong council and the county executive needs to work very effectively with the body.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Berliner. Councilmember Andrews.
Well, thank you. And I felt that the big issues facing the county needed to be addressed at the county executive level. Our competitiveness, our labor contracts, which drive our budget, our effectiveness in Annapolis. And the county executive, I think, needs to be in the forefront of that.
And what he thinks is the biggest task the next council faces? To improve competitiveness to ensure a sound fiscal future and to pay close attention to how we grow, keeping in mind the importance of the agricultural reserve.
When you wrap up your term here as a council member, what would you like your legacy to be?
Well, I hope it will be that I made a difference in working for the people of the county, that I listened to everybody, gave everybody a fair shake, and did what I thought was right. Even when it was very difficult to do so.
We are out of time, but I want to thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks very much.